Hey guys, how are you? I'm very happy to see you here. I hope you all are good. So in today's video, we are going to look at the topic free and fair electoral competition. So let's look at China first. In China, elections are regularly held after every 5 years for electing the country's parliament called Guangzhou Reminen Diabio Daohi. Don't get tensed is nothing but the Chinese name of National People's Congress. The National People's Congress has the power to appoint the president of the country. It has nearly 3,000 members elected from all over China. Many fields will select the members of it. Some members are even chosen by the army of the country. So before contesting the elections, a candidate needs the approval of the Chinese Communist Party before. So only those who are the members of the Chinese Communist Party or 8 smaller parties allied to it were allowed to contest elections held in 2002 to 2003. The government was always formed by the Communist Party in China. So now let's look at the country Mexico. Since its independence in 1930, Mexico holds election after every 6 years to elect its president. The country Mexico has never been under a military or dictator's rule. But until 2000, every election was won by a party called PRI, which is Institutional Revolutionary Party. I never knew why they kept the short form of the party as like this and the long form in different way. So, opposition parties did contest elections but never managed to win the elections. Now, you might be thinking, why did this happen? It was known that PRI used to use many dirty tricks to win the elections. So let us see some of them. So the first one is all those who were employed in government offices had to attend its party meetings for sure. The teachers of government schools were used to force the parents for electing the PRI party. Then the media largely ignored the activities of the opposition political parties except to criticize them always. Sometimes the polling booths were even shifted from one place to another in the last minute. The PRI party spent a large sum of money in the campaigns of their candidates. So now you might be thinking, should we consider the elections which we learned right now are examples of people electing their rulers? Reading these examples, we get a sense that we cannot. There are many problems here. In China, the elections do not offer the people any serious choice. They have to choose the ruling party and the candidates approved by it. Can we call this a choice? I don't think so. In the Mexican example, people seem to have really a choice, but in practice, they don't have any choice. There was no way the ruling party could be defeated. We can thus add a feature to our understanding of democracy. Holding elections of any kind is not sufficient. The elections must offer a real choice between political alternatives, and it should be possible for the people to use this choice to remove the existing rulers if they wish so. With this information, we can write the definition of democracy as a democracy must be based on a free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. So now let's look at some questions of the information which you have learned till now. So the first question is, here is some information about 4 countries. Based on this information, how would you classify each of the countries? Write democratic, undemocratic or not sure against each of them. A. Country A. People who do not accept the country's official religion do not have a right to vote. So the answer for it is, can you answer it? Yeah, it's on the screen. It's undemocratic. So the second is country B. The same party has been winning elections for the last 20 years. The answer is not sure because we don't have an actual idea that the other party who is losing is actually losing because they are not capable of, or are they being cheated by the party which has been winning the election. So the third one, country C. Ruling party has lost in the last 3 elections. The answer is, yeah, it's democratic. And then the D, country D. There is no independent election commission. So it's absolutely undemocratic. So that is the first question. Now let's look at the second question. Here is some information about 4 countries. Based on this information, how would you classify each of these countries? Write democratic, undemocratic, or not sure against each of these. So the first one, country P. The parliament cannot pass a law about the army without the consent of the chief of the army. The answer for it is undemocratic because the parliament is not able to take its own decision of their opinion without concerning the chief of the army. Means chief of the army has interfered in between the parliament's decisions. So it's undemocratic. So next one, country Q. The parliament cannot pass a law reducing the powers of the judiciary. Yeah, it's democratic. We can call it democratic because in the Constitution of India also, the Parliament cannot pass a law reducing the powers of the judiciary. Judiciary is on top of everything. Everyone should hear the words of the judiciary. And next, country R. The country's leaders cannot sign any treaty with another country without taking permission from its neighboring country. Yeah, we can call it as undemocratic because the country cannot take its own decision without the interference of its neighboring country. So it's undemocratic. Means the power over the state or country is being with the other country. It's not with itself. The initial power is with the other country. So now let's look at the D, country S. All the major economic decisions about the country are taken by officials of the central bank, which the ministers cannot change. It's undemocratic because the economic decisions about the country cannot be taken by the officials of central bank, and the ministers also cannot change it. It's impossible. So it's undemocratic. So now look at this cartoon. Do you understand anything? I'll give you some time for you to think yourself. Keep thinking. I guess that you might have an idea about it in your mind now. So I'm gonna say what is it about. This cartoon was drawn in the context of Latin America. Do you think it applies to the Pakistani situation as well? Yeah, you're right. It will apply. Think of other countries where this could apply. Does this happen sometimes in our country as well? Yeah, it didn't happen in our country, but it could happen to other countries also. Now, look at this cartoon. Try to think about it. It would really connect us to real life also, which is going on presently in our country. So, this cartoon was titled Building Democracy. Do you know why was it named as the Building Democracy? Yeah, as I have said you before that the PRA spent a large sum of money in the campaign of its candidates. Even now also political parties invest lot of money in campaigns, and they even give the citizens for electing them as leaders some gifts or as well as money unofficially. Actually, it is wrong. And this cartoon was first published in Latin America. What do these money bags signify here? Yeah, these money bags signify here about the gifts, as I have said you before, and money directly giving it to the citizens for the votes, which is wrong and unofficial. Could this cartoon be applied to India? Yeah, this would absolutely apply to India. It's not official, but it is completely unofficial. So I hope that you had understand these both cartoons and also what I have taught you till now. I guess that you're able to follow my teaching. So now your brain might be ready to burst like this bomb. So I'm gonna leave you here. And please subscribe my channel with Jar of Talents and click on the bell button to get my notifications. Thank you for watching my video. Bye. See you in my next video.